My crush and I used to talk to each other all the time before social distancing, but he's dating one of my friends. What does it mean? What? It means you're a homewrecker? Hi, I'm Meghan Rienks, and I'm at home with 17 to give you guys some dating advice. My boyfriend just dumped me yesterday. I've given up at this point. Why does everyone I date think I'm too scary, creepy, and or weird to continue dating? I mean, that's a big one. First of all, I'm so sorry that you got dumped. That totally sucks. And I think you have to reevaluate whether or not you're putting those labels on you or if the people you're dating are saying those things. Because I think, especially after breakups and getting dumped, we can be really mean to ourselves and figure out, okay, is this what they're saying or is this how I'm feeling about myself? And if it's how you're feeling about yourself, I would just focus a lot on taking care of yourself and trying to build up your confidence not related to who you date and who you're with. And if it's something that they're saying, I think your issue is you're just dating people who suck. Like those dudes sound actually awful, like really awful. And yeah. Ugh. Should girls make the first move? I think you can totally make the first move. I know a ton of people who are really great at that. I wouldn't say it's my forte. I'm definitely let me flirt first and put the moves on and see if you reciprocate. But yeah, make the first move. What do you do when you have a great boyfriend but you feel like you're settling if you stay with him? You love them but not quite enough to want the rest of your life with them. You break up. You end it. That sucks to hear, and I think that it's an inevitable thing that goes through. I think we all think that relationships end and they're dramatic and something big has to happen. But the thing that can happen is you fall out of love, or you just realize that love isn't enough always and that they're just not your person. But the quicker you do it, the better, because then they can find their person and you can find your person. What's the worst thing you could ever do while on a date? I mean, I had a friend who she went out on a date with a guy who like cried when they were making out, but she still went out with him. Against my advice. But if you mean like advice-wise, like what should you not do on a date? I would say talk about your ex. I think on a first date, that's, at least for me, it's a warning sign. I'm like, feel like you're not over it, you know? Or be rude to like a waiter. Gross. I love this guy, but he's still hung up on his ex-girlfriend. What do I do? Peace out. You deuce, you walk away. If you're not over somebody, if you've ever been in that position, it's just like you're racing up. It's an uphill battle and it's so not worth it. And dating and how you feel about people is so much a mindset. So if he's not in the mindset to want to date someone new, it doesn't matter how great and cool you are if you're just staying around. The second that he's in that mindset, he's gonna date somebody else. Don't be in the wings waiting. It doesn't end up well and it's not a good look. Be like the boss girl who's like, I don't need you. How can you stop thinking about that certain person? Like, it has been 3+ years and I still think about him a lot. What do I do? Purge him from your life. Delete on social media, mute, block, literally all of that. Make it so you can't go out of your way to stalk them, or they don't just pop up on your feed or anything like that. And then from there, if you're thinking about him and talking about him with friends, have your friends hold you accountable and be like, don't let me talk about him anymore. I need to be done with this. And then anytime that you start thinking about him, find a task. Find like, okay, every time I think about him, I have to do 5 push-ups. That would be really hard because I can't even do like a full push-up really. So give yourself those consequences and then maybe you'll eventually stop. But I was also a big fan of like flirting with new people to get over people. Can you still be friends with your ex without it being awkward? I've heard you can. I have not ever been there. But I'm also a serial ghoster, and once I don't like you, I like don't want to see you again, which is not like a nice trait and quality, but I would also prefer to be ghosted. But yeah, I have lots of friends who are friends with their exes and it's not weird. But I think if you feel like it's awkward or weird, or they feel like it's awkward or weird, don't force it. Just be like, thank you, goodbye. This was me like shaking each other's hands, which would be awkward, don't do that. Any advice for a 21-year-old who's never been on a date before? When we haven't done something that we feel like other people have done, we think everybody else has, and it's not that. And I would break it down and be like, okay, well, do you want to go on a date? Like, do you want to try all this? And then don't feel that pressure from everyone else around you thinking that you want to do it if you don't feel like you want to or you're not ready. So just being in touch with your own feelings and your emotions and taking the judgment out of it. Because I think if you talk to your friends about it and open up about it, you'll realize like, oh wow, a lot of other people have been through this exact thing and they're fine. My crush and I used to talk to each other all the time before social distancing, and now we keep emailing each other, like seriously all the time. But he's dating one of my friends. What does it mean? What? It means you're a homewrecker? Dude, no. No. First of all, you're emailing? You're emailing your friend's boyfriend. That's how you should have phrased this question. You're a homewrecker, you need to stop. How do you know if they really like you or they're just using you? Here's the thing. It's pretty easy to tell. I think when we like someone, we like to sugarcoat it, and we like to give them excuses, and we like to consider ourselves the exception to the rule and all of that stuff. But really, most of the time, people tell us what they feel, and they show their true hand and they show their true colors really early on, and we choose to have selective listening and to hear what we want to hear. My personal things that I use to figure that out is if someone says they're looking for something chill, or they just really want, I'm looking for something chill, I just want to hang out. That is code for, I'm not looking for a relationship, I'm not looking for anything serious. I think if you're nervous to bring up, hey, I have feelings for you and I want this to be more serious, if you're nervous about that because you think that they're not going to say that, that's kind of how you know. I'm a big fan of just asking and saying your true feelings, because if you don't say how you feel and what you want, you don't get a straight answer, and then you can keep talking to that same person being like, well, maybe he feels this way or maybe she feels this way. But the only reason why you don't know for sure is because you haven't asked, and you haven't asked because you're pretty sure that they're not going to say that thing. The longer you wait around, the answer's not going to change. If they want to be with you, they'll be with you. If they just want to use you, they're just going to keep using you. And also, anytime anyone texts that you up, just don't respond to that unless it's your best friend who's like, hey, are you awake? And you're like, yeah, or no, you know what I mean? Just not in the dating sense. Thanks for letting me answer all of your guys' questions. I have a book that is out. It is called You're Not Special. Look, it's me, I wrote it. It's a sort of memoir. It's part memoir, part advice, lots of dating advice, all of my fumbles with everything, how to get over heartbreak, all of that. And it's out now, so if you guys want to order it, please do, and read it. I also narrated the audiobook if you prefer to listen and you're like, I don't like reading. I also have a YouTube channel, Meghan Rienks, and an Instagram, Meghan Rienks, if you want to follow me. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to 17's YouTube channel.